Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth. That I might have been given a bad break, but I've got an awful lot to live for. Thank you.
Since that famous farewell speech, this horrific disease has continued to mystify the medical community.
In the beginning, I noticed problems with my speech and swallowing. I was diagnosed with ALS in August of '01.
Most people don't even know what ALS is.
Good morning, Wendy.
They have no concept of how devastating it is that you lose all of your body functions and yet your brain is still fully active.
But for Denise, it was a disease she was all too familiar with.
My boss, Harry, had ALS. I was hoping it wasn't that because he had already died, and I knew where it was. In store.
The problem with ALS is you don't know how much time you have. You don't know what's going to be different tomorrow than you're able to do today.
The first 8 months was a pity party.
She started out, as anyone would with that kind of diagnosis, very sad, very morose.
I stayed home and got fat.
I would say to her, Denise, you don't have enough days, weeks, months, or years to lie in bed and feel sorry for yourself. Get up.
That's when Denise contacted the Greater Los Angeles chapter of the ALS Association. Volunteering in the office, Denise met people who welcomed her with open arms and understood the challenges she had faced and those yet to come.
They're trying to re-slant it a little bit so that the pals themselves start to consider it more as a condition and not as a death sentence. Because we all have a death sentence the day we're born. Life ends in death, but we don't know that it's going to happen or when. For ALS patients, it's more imminent.
Their support, combined with her therapist's urging, gave Denise the courage to follow her dreams.
So I said to Denise, what do you want to do before you die? And we made a list.
We wrote down all the dreams I've wanted to do.
First on the list was meet Tom Hanks. Then it was go to Alaska. Then it was go to Antarctica. And there was some wonderful man who said, let me give you a dog sled ride. Took her slushing through the snow.
The basket that I was sitting in was full of dog pee. And it was cold and it was so exciting. I didn't care. I smelled, but I didn't care.
Once this intrepid traveler conquered the South Pole, she realized how much living she had left and how precious life can be when you follow your dreams, a message she was determined to share.
He's helped so many families, appreciate and live those last, it can be months and it can be years.
Denise has taken her message to anyone and everyone that will listen. As a leading advocate for ALS, Denise has traveled to Washington, D.C. to speak to Senator Barbara Boxer and other members of Congress to raise awareness and funds for ALS.
She was talking with Barbara Boxer and had just touched Barbara so profoundly.
Don't give up. Never give up.
And Denise hasn't given up. As a pal, a person with ALS, Denise not only talks the talk, she walks the walk. And to date, she's raised over $350,000 for the Greater Los Angeles chapter of the ALS Association.
Denise is one of the fortunate ones who gets to leave her mark on the world in a way that people will never forget.
This disease has really opened my eyes to live life